As you all know, today the Department of Education is holding a hearing to get public input on the new debt relief that President Biden announced a few weeks ago, right after the SCOTUS decision. As you all know, the hearing is a key step forward in our work to get relief out to as many borrowers as possible, as quickly as possible. These borrowers are owed this relief, yet Republican elected officials, including those who had no problem with the government forgiving billions of dollars in business loans, are still objecting to, including their own constituents. A couple of examples here. Representative Lisa McClain of Michigan said, "Come hell or high water, I will fight this." Now, there are more than 26,000 borrowers from Michigan are eligible for this relief. Representative Virginia Foxx of North Carolina said, "We're hurting borrowers, but more than 24,000 borrowers from North Carolina stand to benefit from this relief." So congressional Republicans have made it clear they will stop at nothing to block relief for middle-class borrowers, including their own constituents. But President Biden isn't backing down either. No president has fought harder for student debt relief, and guess what? He is not done yet.
Here's in Congress tomorrow. So will the president be monitoring it all or get updates on the House Oversight Committee where the second IRS whistleblower is going to be testifying?
So the president has a busy day tomorrow. As you all know, he's convening the Competition Council to announce new actions to increase competition in the American economy, to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to lower costs for consumers, and also to help entrepreneurs and small businesses thrive. And that's what the president's going to be focused on tomorrow. These are pillars, as you can imagine, of Bidenomics, is something that we've been talking about, certainly the last couple of weeks. So he's going to have a busy day. That's going to be the focus. It's going to be focused on the American people.
Is the president concerned about the impartiality of the IRS in terms of their work and their investigations that they do then?
I'm just not going to speak to the hearing that's happening tomorrow. No comment from here.
Will the president use this moment to focus on climate change with an event or remarks? And is there something that the federal government is doing with some of these states, Arizona, Texas, to help people as they're experiencing this heat wave right now?
So a couple of things, Karine. Extreme weather is FEMA's opening cooling centers. We're strengthening the power grid to be more resilient to extreme heat. We're bringing local officials together to discuss preparedness measures. And we're doing everything that we can to tackle the root causes of climate change. This is why the Inflation Reduction Act is so important. It is a historic legislation that is going to do the most than any other piece of legislation to tackle with this crisis that we're seeing currently.
President Trump received a letter from the special counsel that he's being investigated for his role in efforts to overturn the 2020 election. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says the Biden administration has decided to, quote, weaponize government to go after their number one opponent, end quote.
I'll say
weaponize government.
Here's what we have done. The president respects the Department of Justice, their independence. He has been very steadfast on making sure that the rule of law comes back in this administration, comes back in the White House, and clearly the administration more broadly. And that's what you have seen. I'm just not going to comment on this particular case.